We need to say the truth. White people have never been clean. Not now, not ever. The entire history of Europe is a story of people refusing to wash their asses while looking down on everyone else. Let's start with the ancestors you worship so much. Medieval and early modern Europeans. People so filthy they were literally scared of water. They believed that bathing opened the pores and let in disease, so instead of washing, they simply wiped themselves down with dry rags and perfume. Imagine thinking water is bad for you while living in streets filled with feces and piss. Doctors warned against bathing, saying that it was too stimulating and would weaken the body. Instead, they told people to rub themselves with dry powders or just change their linens and call it a day. King Louis XIV of France, the Sun King, bathed twice in his entire life. Let that sink in. The most powerful man in Europe smelled like a rotting corpse dipped in cologne. Queen Isabella of Spain also bragged about only bathing twice in her entire life. These people ruled empires while literally festering in their own filth. You want to call other people savages? Let's talk about their hygiene habits, or lack thereof. They didn't wash their clothes. They just aired them out like letting filth touch fresh air was some kind of magical cleaning method. They slept in lice-infested beds and wore the same sweat-soaked, piss-stained clothing for weeks or months at a time. Queen Elizabeth I bragged about only changing her undergarments once a month. Her whole palace must have smelled like a backed-up sewer. Their mouths? A disaster. Europeans didn't brush their teeth. At all. By the time they were 30, their mouths were full of blackened, rotting stumps. King James I of England's breath was so bad, people would write him letters telling him how unbearable it was to be near him. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, indigenous Americans, Africans, and Asians were bathing daily, cleaning their teeth with herbs, and wearing fresh clothes. But Europeans pulled up smelling like roadkill and still had the audacity to call everyone else dirty. Let's talk about the cities you love to glorify. Paris, London, and Rome. These places were open cesspools. People threw their shit and piss into the streets because they didn't have proper sewage systems. London's Thames River was literally so full of human waste that it became toxic. In 1858, the Parliament had to shut down because of the stench, called the Great Stink, was so unbearable. Paris? Just as bad. The streets were covered with garbage, excrement, and dead animals. It was so bad that the air itself was dangerous to breathe. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, the Aztecs had running water, street cleaners, and aqueducts bringing fresh water into the city. So tell me again, who are the real savages? But let's not pretend this filth is just in the past. White people are still dirty today. You have to be convinced to wash your legs in the shower. Doctors are telling you to wash your damn feet because so many of you think that you can just let the water trickle down and that's enough. The 2020s exposed how many white celebrities don't bathe daily. Ashton Kutcher, Christian Bale, Jake Gyllenhaal, all proudly claiming they don't shower unless they see dirt. White parents are still proudly saying that they only bathe their kids when they start to smell. Imagine raising the next generation of walking biohazards. You normalized wearing outside clothes to bed, spreading whatever germs you caught from the outside world directly onto your sheets. You go to bed without washing your hands, your face, or brushing your teeth, and wonder why your skin looks like a medieval battlefield. Meanwhile, Black, Latino, Asian, and indigenous cultures have always prioritized hygiene. Africans were using shea butters, scented oils, and natural soaps before Europeans even knew what soap was. Indigenous Americans bathed in rivers daily using herbal cleansers. South Asian and Middle Eastern cultures developed some of the earliest bathhouses, perfumes, and skincare regimens. Latinos are known for showering twice a day and keeping their homes spotless. And yet, white people still have the nerve to act like they invented civilization. The reality? You have never been clean. Your ancestors weren't clean. Your great-grandparents weren't clean. Your hygiene habits, questionable at best.
Did I just hear Claire? Did I just hear that, Claire? Am I the only one lost? Is anybody lost with me? Uncovering another hidden fact. Uncovering another hidden truth. uncovering another massive. Jesus. Did you guys, should I replay? Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are good. If it's first time tuning in, do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. Anyways, so guys, I made some of my research and I decided to bring this video down to your table so that we can all digest on it together. Like I keep saying, every video I bring here is just for educational purpose so that we can learn. I can also learn and you can also learn from me. Anything I said that you don't accept, let me know in the comment section. I stand the chance to be corrected. I keep saying that. Anyways, I'll just go ahead and roll out the other clips I have for you guys. Then I'll be back with commentaries. But meanwhile, let me know what you think about this particular clip. When I know they bath, not true? Is that true? Or what I'm hearing is wrong? Anyways, let's go right into it. And then I'll be back with commentaries.
The Black community has long suffered under the weight of systemic racism and discrimination. As white people, it is our responsibility to use our privilege to support and uplift the Black community. Here are a few ways that we can be better allies. Listen and learn. We need to listen to Black voices and experiences without interrupting or dismissing them. We should educate ourselves on the history of systemic racism and the ways that it continues to impact the Black community today. We should seek out resources, books, and documentaries that help us understand the issues. Next, speak up. We should use our privilege to speak up against racism and discrimination. We should challenge racist comments and behaviors, even if it's uncomfortable. Silence that which perpetuates racism. We should support Black-owned businesses in our communities. We should advocate for policies that support economic justice and equity. Donate to Black-led organizations. Financially support Black-led organizations that are working to address systemic racism and inequality. It can be done through regular contributions or contributing to certain campaigns and initiatives. We should also use our platforms for good as white people. We have access to platforms and audiences that the Black community may not have. We should use our platforms to amplify Black voices and perspectives, raise awareness about issues affecting the Black community, and promote positive change. Be open to feedback and learning from our mistakes, as we will make mistakes along the way. But it's important to acknowledge them, apologize, and learn from them. We should be open to feedback and willing to change our behavior and perspectives as we continue to learn and grow. Being a better ally to the Black community requires a willingness to listen, learn, and take action. It requires us to use our privilege for good, support Black-owned businesses and communities, and speak up against racism and discrimination. It's up to all of us to work towards a more just and equitable society. And being a better ally is an important step.
If you understand, only few of these white people understand. Only few understand that. You see, these people are special people. Only few of these people understand that. You see, these people called blacks. Blacks. There are. Guys, I hope you're enjoying this series anyways. Let's get right into the remaining parts and then I'll come back with commentaries.
When white people in the United States balk at the idea of paying reparations to Black Americans who descended from slaves, they disagree with the Bible. Reparations are a form of compensation or restitution made to those who have suffered injustice, particularly those in cases of racial inequality, discrimination, and slavery. The idea of paying reparations to Black Americans is not a new one. It has been a topic of discussion for decades, if not centuries. However, it has gained renewed attention and support in recent years, following the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement and the growing recognition of systemic racism in American society. As a Christian, I believe that reparations are not only a matter of justice and equity, but also a reflection of God's character and values. In the Bible, we see numerous examples of God's concern for the oppressed, the marginalized, and the downtrodden. From the Israelites' liberation from slavery in Egypt to the ministry of Jesus among the poor and the outcast, we see a consistent theme of God's love for those who are on the margins of society. One of the key biblical principles that underlie the idea of reparations is the concept of restitution. In the book of Leviticus, we see God commanding the Israelites to make restitution to those whom they have wronged. Leviticus 6, 1 through 5 says, "If anyone sins and commits a breach of faith against the Lord by deceiving his neighbor in a matter of deposit or security or through robbery, or if he has oppressed his neighbor or has found something lost and lied about it, swearing falsely in any of all the things that people do and sin thereby, if he has sinned and has realized his guilt and will restore what he took by robbery when he got it by oppression or deposit that was committed to him or the lost thing that he found or anything about which he has sworn falsely, he shall restore in full and shall add a fifth to it and give it to him to whom it belongs on the day that he realizes his guilt." This passage emphasizes the importance of making restitution to those who have been wronged and not just restoring what was taken, but adding to it as a form of compensation. This principle of restitution can be applied to the issue of reparations to Black Americans who have suffered centuries of enslavement, discrimination, and systemic oppression. Another biblical principle that supports the idea of reparations is the concept of Jubilee. In Leviticus 25, God commands the Israelites to observe a Jubilee every 50th year, during which all debts are forgiven, all slaves to be set free, and all property to be returned to its original owners. This was a radical idea of economic justice designed to prevent the accumulation of wealth and power in the hands of a few and to ensure that all members of society had equal access to resources and opportunities. The idea of Jubilee can be seen as a model for reparations in that it seeks to address the root causes of inequality and oppression rather than just treating the symptoms. By forgiving debts, freeing slaves, and returning property, Jubilee seeks to create a more just and equitable society, one in which everyone has the opportunity to flourish. As a Christian, I believe paying reparations to Black Americans is only a matter of justice and equity, but also it is a reflection of God's values and character. Through the biblical principles of restitution and Jubilee, we see a model for how we can address the historical and systemic injustices that have plagued our society for far too long. While the issue of reparations is complex and contentious, I believe that as Christians, we have a responsibility to seek justice.
So sorry, a quick question. Why do these people claim, like these white communities or whites, like let me say some, right? Why do they always claim that, oh, they are other neat, they are other fresh and popping? Anyways, let me just say, most of them now actually learning from the blacks as well, so that they can actually keep themselves fresh, clean, and nice. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, you get my point. And see, when you see videos like these, like I will always say, videos like this are to educate us. Videos like this are to make us know that, yeah, this is who we are. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is not just to bash anybody or to bash any community, but it is good that we are actually unfolding some of this truth so that this can actually send a message to our generations, to our children, and also to other places. And to be honest, when I see some of these white men coming out to air out the truths, like the bittersweet truths, that's what I call it, right? Coming out to say this is how things are, I really appreciate this kind of people. And that is why once I see their videos, I react to their videos so that the videos can actually get more visibilities. You understand? And it's only few people that will understand. You need to understand that this is not sending hate out there, right? But it's another avenue for us to get something, like for us to get knowledge. You understand? The more we keep doing research, the more we keep seeing your comments down there, it helps us to understand a lot of things that we literally do not even understand, or you yourself literally do not even understand. So that is where I want you to see it as a point. But if you understand that the black community have actually gone through a lot, anywhere you see black person, at least you're supposed to throw salute to that person. And it pains, it baffles me. Let me not say it pains me. It baffles me that only few whites actually understand this. And for the few that understand, I'm going to say we are grateful, right? We are grateful because it's not easy to understand. It's not easy for you to see someone that will look at you and be like, I know what this person has been through. You understand? I keep telling people that you don't know my story. I'm the only one that can rewrite my story. But when you see someone that personally know your story and is rewriting that story, is rewriting the narrative, it's an opportunity for us to tell that person, thank you. Thank you. And I pray, that's just my earnest prayer, that a lot of white folks should be able to like wake up and see all of these things and see where a lot of things are actually going wrong. Because you see some of them, you see this racism or anything is in their blood. Is in their blood, and no matter what you do to correct that narrative, they don't even want to be corrected. They will still keep saying that we are we. And I'll keep saying it in all of my videos. If the black and the white community have what is called this joint task force, by now Nigeria wouldn't have been where America wouldn't have been where it is. It wouldn't have. Because one of the things I know in our own place as Africans is our leaders are failing us. Our own personal leaders are the ones failing us. They are the ones bringing us down. They are the ones talking down on us. But you see this white community that they've been deceived, they've been mocked, they've been beaten, they've been every single thing, but they still decide to stand. They are strong. They are strong. I can tell you that as an African, I don't think we've gone through half of what the black community have gone through in the hands of white community. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. What do you think in the comment section? I really want to get your opinion as well from you. What do you really understand in this video? Let me know as well in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, do subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment. Lastly, do not forget to share. And yes, with no further ado, guys, I do have like always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys, I love you. Mwah. Don't touch the dime, okay?